Be sure on your way in to smash the like button. Smash it. Let's go. Although the Cowboys may have days off, but over here on Law Nation's end, come on. Let's continue to grind and shine, baby. Shout out to all of the HBOs, the SGs. Really appreciate you guys for help growing the nation. Thank everybody for being part of this revelation, basically. Let's go.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Come on. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah. Come on. The grind for your mind.
This is Sparta!
Let's get it. If it's your birthday this month, happy birthday to you. And you, and you. Come on. It's like pleasure and pain, we're stuck in this game, huh?
I want me some glory hole.
Come on, Jerry. Settle down just a little bit.
Fatality.
Be sure to smash of the like button, huh? Hey, ho, Betty Cole, I see you, fam. Turn me up. Everybody, main purpose, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you for jumping in. I really appreciate everybody for being part of this episode, huh?
No days off. No
Oh.
days off. No days off. No days off.
What's up, everybody? Shout out to you. Is it Monette? Appreciate you for all that you do over there on the Facebook. Shout out to you, Sean D. B. Bird in the house. Appreciate you for being part of this conversation as well. All right, so we hear news that, Kellen Moore from PFF, Pro Football Focus, stated that I'm getting right to the chase, getting right to the article. Matter of fact, so that you guys won't try to shank me with the butter knife. Y'all got the butter knives out and everything. Let me just go ahead and share the link for the article. Shout out to Blogging the Boys for this beautiful article, by the way. But PFF states that Kellen Moore, the second-best play caller in the National Football League, and when you look at everything, averaging 34 points a game for the first 6 games of the season, I would take that any day. 34 points? Like, I'm going to give you 34. I would actually take that any day, even twice on Sunday. Pull a string and I wink at you. I'm your puppet. I would take that. Shout out to you, Sam. We outside. Appreciate you. Jametta, appreciate you. Thank you so much. And salute to my guy, Jay Versick, with the donations to help elevate the nations without hesitations nor deviations to the matter. I really appreciate you. Cowboy fans, we got to give Kellen Moore a chance. Remember, during the Pats defense, we went tick for tack. This year, we will be better because Dak is healthier. Woo! I'm on this thing with Kellen Moore as I truly believe there's some greatness in him. Right? I truly believe that there's some good stuff that's in him. You know, as you guys follow my hand, there's some good stuff in him. I truly believe that Kellen Moore down the line will get better and better and elevate, right? But in the same breath, Cowboy Nation, in the same breath, I bet you somebody going to be start talking just like this. You know, I'm going to talk with my hands. But in the same breath, there are lack of experience, right? I still use the GPS to get around Dallas. And I've been here for like 3 and 4 years now. I think 4 years, going on 4 years now. I still use the GPS. I don't know the area, but I do know the basics, right? 35, I'm live, baby. 75, I can get there, right? 20, I know where 20 could take me back to Mississippi. You know, 20 go all the way around the world, basically. You know, I know 20 could take me there. But I do understand that there are those who grew up in the city for 20 to 30 years. Notice my hand. They know Dallas like the back of their hand. They know the little shortcuts, the alleyways. They can get all scooped from Arlington to Plano just like that. They know the back roads, right? Me, I'm going to take the tolls, you know. Shatik JKF, man, appreciate you, man. Oh, my God, man, appreciate you. You got to check out his work, JKF TV. Appreciate you. Even he may know Dallas more than I do, right? But shout out to you, Aladdin. Appreciate you as well. Here's the thing. I'm not going to dog Kellen Moore because of his lack of experience. We can see that there's some good stuff inside of him, just like there were some good stuff inside of Sean Payton, right? But Sean Payton got a chance to take his time at another team for another team and become the great Sean Payton for that said team, the Saints. And I'm not saying that they are the same. Sean Payton and Kellen Moore, don't get it twisted. Put the butter knife down. But what I'm saying is, Cowboy Nation, our expectations are always, Tremenda said 20 can take you anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. 20 can take you anywhere, baby. But what I'm trying to say here, Cowboy Nation, is that we're fed up. We don't have the patience that we used to have. Time out for all of that, right? We had a ton of patience with Jason Garrett. Every year, faithfully, we came out and said, hey, wait next year, man. Our boys going to be back there next year, man. All we need is a few more pieces, man. We do. Somebody's voice sound like that that's in the chat. All we do, man, is need a few more pieces. Which I can tell you guys right now is a legitimate argument even for this team. But we went through the growing pains. We went through, and one could argue, shoot, Jason Garrett still haven't grown to the level that we wanted him to be. Right? And 2019, finished the season just like we thought that he would do, 8-8. Which carried the moniker of 8-8 Cowboys, right? And then 2020 came around. We went and picked up Mike McCarthy, right? Who got him at least one Super Bowl ring on his resume, right? That he coached in. And it was horrible that year. I think we finished 6-10, right? The sky is falling, Law. Oh, my goodness, the sky is falling. That was Kellen Moore, I believe, second year ever calling plays. In a pandemic year, the Cowboys in 2020 looked like was on a boast of what's on the bottom of most people's bottom of their feet. But I think in 2020, the Cowboys finished top 10 in offense, believe it or not. That's crazy, right? And then just last year, we finished number 1 in total points and in total yards. That's what we finished in, total points and total yards. And let me pull this up. I really appreciate you guys so much. Let me pull the article up. Be sure to check out the article. Shout out to Blogging the Boys. PFF ranked Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore as the second best offensive play caller in football. Some high praises for the offensive coordinator. You see Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott. And then shout out to them. They used a piece that I had on Twitter. I really appreciate it. I said, hey, that guy look like me. And this article, and yes, they used that piece, and I really appreciate them. The 33-year-old offensive coordinator spotlight some of his plays and scheme. And in this piece, if you guys can go, I can't play this particular because the NFL would jump in and be like, this is what the NFL would do if I hit play on that button right here. This is what the NFL would do. Hold on, where is that? Here.
Thief! Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
NFL was straight up hate on me. But this is the package, and I was saying that the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, need to utilize CeeDee Lamb in more packages. He should focus on the offense in that capacity of utilizing CeeDee Lamb. In this drive, you will see CeeDee Lamb used as the wide back, right? We know that he got some capabilities of it. You'll see that also you'll see CeeDee Lamb used as the outside and inside wide receiver. You will see him being utilized in all of those capacities. But the problem is with Kellen Moore, he would get on the hot seat and say, it's too hot. I don't want to touch it again. I don't want to give away all of my secrets. And follow me, Cowboy Nation, those who understand I got something that I got to say about this. Old folks, they do it until they stop it. My granddaddy, may he rest in peace, never let someone see you sweat, but continue to hit the pavement. Continue to grind. Continue. I picked up so much information from my grandfather of just hustle mentality. With a third grade, I think less than a third grade education. Never let someone see you sweat. Let your words be your ball. The S in it, you know. Yeah. And he mean everything. I'll never forget, and since this is Father's Day weekend, it was literally 1,000 degrees on a Friday, early Friday. And my grandfather would actually cut grass for a church. We had two churches, Zion Hill number 1 and Zion Hill number 2 in a little small town, Mississippi, that he would cut grass for. And he heard the news, the person say, hey, it's going to rain tomorrow. Normally we cut the grass on a Saturday. This was Friday. All of a sudden, I'm getting out of school thinking that I'm finna go back to the crib with grandma and them. No. I said, where we going? We finna cut this grass. It's 100 degrees. 4 o'clock in the day. While all the other kids were playing, he said, son, we're going to cut this grass now. And he was a man of a few words, not many. So that we will not have to cut it tomorrow. I got to keep my words as my balls. That's how he said it. And blistering heat, I'm out here trimming up the churchyard, moving trash out of the grass so that we can cut. But you got to make sure you put things in places. That's a strategy. Because let me tell y'all something about life for those who out there don't understand. You got to be committed to your commitment. This world don't care about your excuses. They don't care about anything else. They just want the results. We paid you in advance, and you said that these yards will be cut before Sunday. That's just the reality of it. But, man, I hear people say, man, those church grounds, man, church will give you flexibility. No. And just like businesses, they don't give churches any flexibilities, by the way. Let a church be late on a light bill. They will shut the lights off in the mighty name of Jesus. They'll turn the water off. In the name of Moses, we turning this water off until you can part that money over to this other side. Y'all think it's look, businesses don't care about your excuses. Hey, man, enough people didn't give the tithes and offering. No. They will yank them lights off real quickly. You better burn some candles up in there. Oh, my goodness. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. We got a donation here. Appreciate you, B-Bird. The first 6 game and blowouts made Moore second. He was not experienced enough to get the job. I totally agree with you on that. He needs more seasoning before becoming America's team OC. That I do absolutely agree with. But what the Cowboys did in this situation, this scenario, B-Bird, is they actually looked at that and said, you know what? That's the one we want. That's the one we believe. And all of these other fish out there, y'all can play around with that fish, but that fish belonged to me. That one's mine. That's what they did with Kellen Moore. And they grooming him, they developing him. And I'm quite sure Jerry, the billionaire that he is, he called Miami just like he called Boise and said, you know what? I'm going to intercede and I'm going to step into the middle of this. But we ain't going to talk about this over air. But Kellen, you stand your butt here. We'll pay you under the table. You know how that goes. Shout out to you, Jametta. My dad used to say, I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm going to need for these coaches to learn how to coach through adversity. Right. And just bring on my other point. You don't need a lot of things. A lot of people look at it like you need this, you need that, you need 1,000, you need your playbook. Let me see if I don't have a book here. But you need your playbook to be this thick. You need your playbook to be this thick. And I'm going to use this as an analogy. Shout out to Steve Harvey. He always got great points of what have you, points of views. And I'm going to use this as an analogy, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Let's use this one as an analogy. Listen very closely.
Every man has to own a black suit. After you get a black suit, there's 5 suits you need to get. Black, navy, gray, brown, tan. Mm-hmm. You get those 5 suits. You get yourself 2 white shirts. Get yourself 2 cream color shirts and 2 powder blue shirts. Mm-hmm. You can make 75 suits with those combinations because every last one of those pants go with every last one of those jackets. Every last one of the jackets goes with every last one of the pants. You cannot mess up. The beige pants will go with the gray jacket. The gray jacket goes with the brown pants. The black pants go with everything.
So what he said basically is to use this as an analogy. You can run similar jet sweeps, but with different players. It doesn't matter. You can combo that with Tony Pollard. You can sprinkle in some of Mama's cooking with CeeDee Lamb. Shout out to Kwame Brown and salute to the Warriors for winning the championship. You can also, in a pivotal situation now, give that thing to Ezekiel Elliott. You got so many combinations. You see, a lot of people think that they need 75 individual suits. And my guy Steve Harvey and this gentleman right here who's super fly, by the way, I don't know his name, but he's very talented on TikTok. I think his last name is Campbell. Y'all check out him on TikTok. Broke it down that you don't need all, but you need to be creative enough with what you got. Now, Steve Harvey is speaking from experience. How did this tie into football, Cowboy Nation? A lot of people will say that. You don't need a lot is what I'm saying. The objective of football is straight up combination and getting 10 yards. You just need to get 10 yards every play. Fresh set of downs. If you can do it within 3, that's amazing. The goal is to get it done within 1, but you're trying to get 10 yards. And when you get into the red zone, money zone, green zone, gold zone of opportunity, you got to punch it in. So that efficiency level need to be able to increase. It doesn't matter. We putting up 34 points a game, Law. And then like my guy B. Bird said, hey, down the stretch, things got even testier, which is supposed to happen. Cowboys since 1972 says, great way to put it. Now need to buy 2 suits. Yeah, you need to buy 2 suits, man. Hey, man, you continue to do your plays until they stop it, and then you figure out a different combination. Yo, I hope you guys feeling me? And some people like, nah, Law, I'm not feeling you, Law. I'm not feeling that combination. Suits. And just like suits, it's the same as formations, if you really contextualize it, right? The play action is designed to set up the run. Oh, the run is designed to set up the play action for the pass. The Cowboys need to open up, and pull out their bags of tricks for their running back. Utilize them on the edge. What if I told you that against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that they were averaging 6.5 per tote on the edge? But we can't run, Law. But did you try to run on the edge? Did you try to utilize some of your weapons? Did you pull your tackle, get him out in space? Or did you do it one time and did you stop because you're afraid of the inconsistencies of your guard play or your tackle play? Tim Clement, appreciate you for the 50 stars on the Facebook. I really appreciate you. Keyshawn Alexander, appreciate you as well. Thank everybody for jumping in. And David Lee, thank you for the 200 stars. Almost that time of the year. Baby, you're right. It is. Jay Versick, I don't remember JJ saying Mike McCarthy said he allows coordinators to do their job or do their own thing. But that's why Kellen is falling, because he needs someone to help him learn how to be successful. That's a good one, Jay Versick. That is a flat-out good one. Shout out to you, D.P. Johnson. Thank you. Here's another thing, Cowboy Nation, that I would like to say. When your back is up against the wall, right, as the coach, because you knew, like, going into this thing, maybe let me just be devil's advocate to this, right? Who's to say that Mike McCarthy really wanted Kellen Moore, huh? Because when we think about this, Mike McCarthy literally said, yeah, man, I watched all of the tapes. And, yeah, I see some things that we need to improve on as it relates to offense or what have you. And the only thing that I could see differently from this offense versus what we did previously before Mike McCarthy came here, it's just been a little bit more dangerous as it relates to being risque. But if I was an alien from out of the planet or beyond the wall, right? You know, I travel down, jump through the wall, bust through the firmament, you know, all of that crazy stuff. And to see these games go on, I would look at this thing and say to you guys, this is the same offense since 2019 to 2020. I don't see anything different. Then if I go all the way back to 2018, I would literally say to you guys, man, this is the same offense that I see from 2018, from 2017. This offense is still the same. It's still the same, Cowboy Nation. I don't see any differences. I don't. Some pre-snap motion before the play. Wow. What we want, a cookie for that? You know? That's just how it goes, man. Let me see how I forgot. This is what we got. Some pre-snap. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Be sure to hit that like button and share this content. I really appreciate you guys so much. Ain't this right, Michael Andrews? Appreciate you, Sean D. I'm awake. Are you? Nah, I am a fan, not a troll. Appreciate you. I am awake. It is what it is, Cowboy Nation. It is. So, going back to this article here, Kellen Moore dialing up a few fake fly sweeps, fake flip toss, running back swing in. You guys got to check out that play from Coach Dan. Shout out to him. And then, of course, they do the ball dingers film assessment or what have you on this particular article. They go into great details. But they said after the Denver game, Week 9, that's when his offense fell on his face. They looked at everything and said, you know what? We no longer respect the run. Because our analysis and our formula is looking at it like this, Cowboy Nation. They don't run. That's broken down to what slowed down the Cowboys from going from 34 points a game in this beautiful article. You guys can check it out, Blogging the Boys, right? And based off of PFF ranking of the quarterbacks, not quarterbacks, but offensive coordinators. We went from 34 to 29th in points per game. Outside of what we did, we blew out the Washington team. We blew out, I believe, at the end, the Eagles team or what have you, which boosted up that number because I think we dropped all the way to third or fourth place, respectfully thinking here, going back in my mind of this. But those games kind of put us over the map, right? But that's not me to put the toothpaste back in the tube. I'm not finna say I'm gonna take away your good grades to strengthen my argument for Kellen Moore or weaken my argument for Kellen Moore being the offensive coordinator. But what's necessary is he get these necessary experience. And then the 33-year-old Kellen Moore finished second place in Miami land for that head coach job, right? But Miami probably looked at it and said, man, you got to get it out of the mud a little bit more. You had rapid promotion. You're 33 years of age, which is okay. We're not looking at ageisms right here. But we can see that your strategy, your scheme is not well developed yet. They did the classic. I guarantee you they did the classic. We regret to inform you that another candidate been selected for this position. However, we will notify you if conditionings and other things change. Those are the sounds when you get rejected, right? We regret to inform you. Who had letters like that before that's in this chat? And if you're a father, let me know in the chat, too. If you're a father, I want to wish you a happy Father's Day for this weekend. If you're a father, let me know. And how many kids you got? You know, you can say father of 2 or father of 1, father of 4 or 5. And Cowboy Nation, don't forget to wish Dak Prescott a happy Father's Day, you know, on behalf of the Eagles, the Giants, and the Washington team. You know, don't forget to wish your father a happy Father's Day. I had to put that one in there. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God, I had to put that in there. I know I'm going to get Monty to say it before this show over with. All right, so dad of 3, Stephen White. You guys give me a few seconds here. Let me give these guys, these wonderful fathers out here, their flowers right quick. Stephen White, father of 3, Cowboys since 1972. I really appreciate your job, man. Father to Brandon, he says father of 1. Okay, appreciate you, Brandon. Appreciate you. Father of 3, Big Sarge, man. I appreciate you. Nick's father of 1. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Andy, dad of 3, right? Father of 3 from Clark. Appreciate you. And many. Father of all. Jet says father of 0, none. Boy, you better start your legacy out there, man. Father of 4 from Thaddeus, man. Appreciate you. But we do know that Dak Prescott is a father of 3, The Washington, the Eagles, and the Giants, man. Father of 3, Dak Prescott. So don't forget to wish Dak Prescott happy Father's Day, Washington fans as well as the Eagles fans. Oh, my goodness, man. Godson, man. Appreciate you, though. Shenard, appreciate you. Father of 5, man. Oh, that's good. Coach Marv, man, I appreciate you, man. Happy Father's Day to you, man.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, Coach.
Yeah, man. It's a happy Father's Day to you, man. Father's Day weekend to you, my brother, man. It's a blessing. I'm a father of 1. I got a daughter, but she 27 years old now, so.
So she responsible for some of their grades, right?
yeah. So she's handling her own business now. So
yes,
that's what you want to do to get it in there. Then I'm a father of a lot of guys that I have mentored and coached that I see from time to time, and now that come up to me and they still ask me the same advice than they were when I was dealing with them when they was 15 and 16, and now they're 30, 40, and 42 years old now.
Wow, so. Coach, man, Coach. I mean, you sound just like my coach, man. My coach, man, he taught me literally everything, man. I made varsity team in my 7th grade, right? And I pretty much was with Coach all the way up to my senior year. And Coach Woods, man, may he rest in peace. He taught me so much. And every Father's Day, I made sure I pick up the phone or I did something for him and his family, Coach. So I know how much of a value fathers are and people who are father to those that they didn't even give a chance to raise, but they raised, basically. They coached,
it takes a village.
Yeah.
It takes a village, and it takes and that's where we, getting off. That's where society has kind of fallen, because one time society thought everybody needed to work together to get things accomplished. Mm-hmm. Now like I said to you one time before, everything is trying to be individualized now.
Yeah,
it's just one thing that runs everything. But I wanted to call you, Lauren. I wanted to touch base on. I remember y'all had on the final word. You had a Coach Mack.
Yeah.
In the building.
Yeah.
Which was
Coach.
a man after my own heart.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff, I think I talked to Boss, and Boss said, man, a lot of stuff you was sending in the chat box, you was hitting it before Coach Mack got to it.
Right. You sure was.
But Coach Mack said one thing about, he just wanted to see the Cowboys be a little bit more aggressive. Mm-hmm. And I want to explain to you what he was talking about, and he was really talking about adding the physical presence to the offense. And and this is where I want to try to explain right quick what we're talking about when we say adding a physical presence. I think a lot of people get in there and they say, well, you want us to go back to running the ball and just be just being a run-first team. And yes, we have always, I have said what our record is when we run the ball 30 attempts.
Yeah.
That's not being a run-first and 3 yards in a cloud of dust team. You're talking about maybe 7 attempts per quarter.
Right.
If you get it down to 5 attempts per quarter, that gives you the 6 attempts per quarter. That's at 24. And then you add some Dak Prescott scrambles. Those are all the call runs. That'll get you to the 30 point. It's not that you want to, but you want to be efficient and you want to be committed to it. But that's when we say we add a physical presence. A physical presence means that you don't shy away from letting the defense dictate to you to do everything finesse-wise. Because you have to understand something. If you get into this thing about if the box is loaded, we pass. If the box is not loaded, we run.
Wow.
You still have to be able to force your will in certain situations when they are in the box, because just because they're in the box don't mean they can stop it. This is what we have always heard defensive coaches say this. If I can't stop the run, I can't stop anything.
Big facts.
Well, this is the reason why they say that. Because if I put people in the box, it's still a physical thing to stop the run. I can be unphysical and stop the pass because I can double team guys. I can put more guys in bracket guys, try to tip the ball. But in the running game, if I'm not physical, I can have as many people in the box I want. I still lose. So this is where we talking about we need to have a physical presence, because I think in big games we get away from it. And the last point I wanted to say about that is if you look at the history of football,
right?
Teams that are finesse teams that throw the ball around in these spread offenses, usually their defenses are not good against the run because you don't practice that.
You don't practice.
When you practice every day against a finesse, we playing like basically 7-on-7, and then you ask your defense to go into games and then be physical in the run game. Usually teams that don't run the ball usually don't stop the run. Usually teams that run the ball well are very equipped physically and mentally to stop the run. And I think McCarthy mentioned that last year.
He
but
did.
That's what we want.
Yep.
So we want to add a physical presence to this offense where we allow our players to be physical, because as Ezekiel Elliott said and Zach Martin said, they get back on their rhythm, and being a physical team keeps you in rhythm and keeps you out of those up and down swings.
Coach, let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this though, Coach. And I post this on Twitter. Ezekiel Elliott first 88 games, 1,938 touches. Barry Sanders first 88 games, 1,954 touches. Yards from scrimmage, 109 for Ezekiel Elliott, 118. That's the average per game, and 118 for Barry. Both of those guys got 68 touchdowns. Now, if I was to pick up Ezekiel Elliott and put him on another team, all Cowboy fans would be looking at it saying, man, we would love to see Ezekiel Elliott in a Cowboys uniform. But by him being on the Cowboys and with a team that's less physical because they didn't get back to physicality, we all know that since Kellen Moore been deemed as the offensive coordinator, we've seen a loss of production in our running game collectively. So what I'm trying to say is when you run the ball, you got to also establish the mindset. And I had a caller call in, I believe yesterday, and I asked him, where does physicality come from? Or where does aggressiveness come from? Can you train a goldfish to be aggressive, Coach Marv?
You can't. And if you don't practice physically, right, and set that mindset like they try to set in OTAs, but especially in training camp.
Right.
And then you don't have to in the collective bargaining agreement where you can't beat players up.
Right.
But the better teams, in some cases, take it to that level, because once you set that mentality 1 year or 2 years, it usually stays because you have set that in the minds of the players.
Big facts. So
there's going to have to be somewhere we set that in the minds of the players, and then that will carry forward. And I think these scrimmages, like I said, is going to set that in the minds of the players, because, again, we are a young team, and we need to learn how to get over the hump.
Right.
And that's what we have with this draft, going through the draft and always doing things through the draft and not getting some veteran championship experience here on the field.
Mm-hmm.
We have to learn how to win in the crucial situations. That winner's mentality. We don't have that. I'm not saying we're bad, but we don't have those players that got across over the top.
Right.
Charles Haley came here. It wasn't that Charles Haley tore up the league and had 30 sacks with the Dallas. It was his ability to play, but his mindset of championship of what you had to do mentally and physically to get to that ultimate goal that bled into the players. On the off weeks, he was like, hey, Nate, you got to be in better shape for the end of the season. That's how you win championships. These are the things because they knew that he knew the extra that it takes to get to that championship level. That's what this team needs, or they even need a coach. And I know Mark McCarthy has went to the Super Bowl, but you need some other coaches that's around him, and you really need that person that's really in the head positions.
Right.
And that's where, when we talk about Kellen Moore, that's where we run into problem with. And I hope Kellen Moore does well.
Yep.
But
going into his fourth year.
History tells me that he can't give you those things, those intangible things. These are the things, the reason why he's not being hired, because they want to know, as an NFL team, can he come in and demand a locker room? Can he come in and get a locker room? Calling plays is one thing.
Right.
I can get anybody to call plays, but can he come and demand the locker room, and do he has a mentality that the organization wants the team to have? That's what makes you a head coach.
Yeah, lie, Coach, man. I appreciate you so much, Coach Moore. Yeah.
So that's why until Kellen Moore learns that he can call plays to anyway, but he's got to get that. So that's all we want in laws, the strategy, just like you said. Let's have a physical presence and commitment to running the football. Not in the early season, throughout the season, and especially in big games.
No doubt.
That's when you have to be really committed in big games.
No
to
doubt.
run the football.
Appreciate you, Coach Moore. Thank you so much for calling in.
Have a great weekend, Law.
You as well. Yes, indeed. That's Coach Moore, man, with the great points there. And he's not asking for a lot. Because when he said 7 runs, 7 times 4 is what? Can y'all put that down? Because I think that's less than 30. But he said at least attempt to get to 7. We're going to run this ball 7 times, right? In every quarter, we're going to run it 7 times. And 7 times 4, you guys know the number, right? Because Darren Woodson number. But that is a great point, man. Coach always looking at it from a perspective from coaching, right? From coaching. So SRT215 Hood says, and stop the excuses. Right. So there should be no excuses. Just like Coach said, you got to establish that tone, that mentality there, and put it out there so that people can understand that, That's good. Let's go with 757. Let's go. You live.
What's going on, Law? How you doing, man?
All is well. I can't complain.
I feel you on that. Man, as far as Kellen Moore goes, man, you know what I'm saying? Hot right into. I don't think, as far as of course we need to stick to the run, but he just needs to go with whatever is working at the time, because there was a game we played the Vikings a few years ago that we lost. Dalvin Cook really did us dirty that game. But Dak was having a good throwing game with Amari Cooper.
You talking about 2019, right? 2019, right?
2019, and he took the ball out of Dak's hand. It's not, to me, I get what you're saying as far as the 20. I think you said 25 is your magic number.
Yeah,
25?
25 is my magical number. I want to see somehow the combinations of Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott get 25 touches or 25 carries. And I don't care how it's split up, you know. I don't care how it's split up. Hey, like my guy, you saw the piece when I put Steve Harvey said you can put this piece over there, put that piece over there, and then have your full suit. You got, man, Steve Harvey put people on game.
No, that's real talk too, man. You know.
Yeah.
But honestly, now we get to see if Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator for us,
right?
Because he needs to do what they were doing in San Francisco with Debo. But now, since we already know for sure, we probably ain't gonna get Debo. I don't care what Debo was propaganding at the end of the season, trying to get over to us. He's not coming to Dallas. But we do have another explosive receiver in CD Lamb. And when I tell you, when that boy's hands touches the ball, he moves at a different speed than everybody else and a different strength. Like when he played the Saints and he caught that screen over on the left, and he took that joint up the sideline and he pushed that safety at least 10 yards. At least 10 yards back. Right? I'm like, now, here you go. He just gave you the game plan. He's explosive as hell when he gets the ball in his hand. He could run some lines at running back. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he did it last year. He did it decent when he got the chance to. But this is where we got to start mixing people up because we lost Amari Cooper, so it's not going to be as easy for CD as I'm pretty sure CD thinks it's going to be. I know he thinks he's top number one receiver, but you should. And honestly, I want you on my team if you're thinking that. I don't.
Right.
Whether it's true or not, as long as your mentality is there, I'm good with that. But now we need to start mixing different positions as far as CD goes, not as far as everybody else. Like Gallup, I don't want to see Gallup taking handoffs. I don't want to see James Washington taking handoffs. I don't want to see Tolbert taking handoffs. The only wide receiver I want to see taking handoffs is CD, because he's a running back literally when he gets the ball in his hand. He did it against the Eagles too. I think he caught the ball over the middle, and then he got tapped by two safeties and spun, and he ran for an additional 5-6 yards. Like that's what I'm talking about. Things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you give him the opportunity, I believe he will shine. You know, I do like the notion of putting this kid inside the slot, motion him on the outside, put him on the end around. Use your weapons. It pains me, man, for that guy to have 5 targets, right, in the playoff, and he only had 1 catch. Basically, he had 2, but they called the 38-yarder back because of a holding from Connor Williams. So, because without that play was going to be momentumizing. You know, they had the momentum and everything, and it just spoils the war with penalties, man. 14 penalties in that game, which causes the Cowboys to look like they looked.
Man, I'm happy we Spartan kicked Connor Williams out that motherfucker. I hated that dude ever since we drafted him. As soon as they said something about strength, I was like, oh man, we're gonna have a problem. I was like, the one thing you need on the O-line is some goddamn strength.
Right.
You ain't gotta be technically sound like that. Bitch, you gotta be able to hold a 330-pounder running at your ass at least, bro. At least do that. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt,
you ain't got strength.
No doubt. But hey, I appreciate you for calling in, man. It was a pleasure, man. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Where you going? Where you traveling to?
Man, I can't even say I ain't even trying to do that to my man, right?
Oh, okay, well.
420, man.
Oh, okay,
you know?
Okay. Hey, well, it's natural, man. As long as it's natural, man.
It's all grown from the ground in the soil. You dig?
Yeah. Just be careful out there, man. And one love, man. Salute to you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dallas Nation, man. No Cowboys.
All day, man.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, man. But, hey, y'all be careful, man, out there on the road, man, this weekend. Long as I tell people all the time, it's better to be seen than viewed. And just be careful out there, Cowboy Nation. We can have a little fun and a little laughter about everything and anything. Carson Wentz going to run the Eagles fade. Yeah, that's going to be you know what? That's going to be a game to watch. Carson Wentz versus the Eagles. And the Eagles are put in that dry spot right now because they fought for Carson Wentz for all of those years, right? And now for them to have to go back on their words to say, oh, man, he is trash, which validates what we've been saying all of our times here when Carson Wentz was playing. And now it's good to see the Eagles, backpedaling like Deion Sanders in his prime with that whole Carson Wentz situation and scenario. But neither here nor there. We got good Rob, man, you on the line.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me.
Happy Father's Day to you, man.
Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Yeah, and I'm a father of 7.
7? You got a whole nation over there, man.
Yeah. 7 boys, too. I ain't got no girls.
7 of them, boy.
This was out football, the game, trenches.
Mm-hmm.
The game is won in the trenches.
Big facts.
If the defensive line can get penetration,
mm-hmm.
it dictates what the offense gets. If the offense gets penetration, it dictates what the defense gets. It won in the trenches.
Right.
And down the stretch, like you said, you can substitute on defense. You can bring players in and out. But on that offense, on that offensive game, you can't do that. That offense needs to be a unit.
Right.
And down the stretch, we was moving players in and out, and that ain't gonna work.
Definitely ain't.
And when we got in that playoff game, the defense kind of dropped the ball too.
Yeah.
Penalty, man, come on, man. And especially that penalty Randy Gregory got there, that was just dumb.
Yeah, the old Randy. Yeah.
Yeah, that. And defense win champions. When you gotta stop defense, I tell you what, in the Super Bowl, the Rams had 70-something rushing, and the Bengals had 40-something rushing. They won that Super Bowl through the air, but in the end of that game, what won that game for the Rams?
That Aaron Donald, that joker come through there.
Okay.
That joker came through there. Yeah.
Defense win championship. It got to be a balance on both sides of that ball. And when you need in the first of the beginning of the year, man, we were like Burger King. However you wanted it, we bring it to you. That first game with the Tom Brady, now we passed it, just added out.
Right.
What we did in San Diego, ran it down their throat.
Right.
Whatever they would get, whatever you wanted to try to stop, we give you the other.
Mm-hmm.
But after that bye week, Dyke got nicked up. The offensive line went to get nicked up. Then they changed their strategy, trying to make up for that. Instead of just sticking to what they did. Kellen Moore, like you said, people looking at Kellen Moore like he's been out there for 10 years. Isn't that 3 years? He don't know how to adjust when something like that happens.
Big facts.
But I ain't got. I'm excited about the boys, man. They won 12 games last year. The year before that, they won 6.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying these wins, man. If we get to I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah, you kind of like me. We just got to get that playoff win, and then everything else from there.
Yeah, you got it. But enjoy the season. Enjoy. It's a lot of teams out there wish they'd had 12 wins.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that ain't even sniffed the Super Bowl. We got 5 trophies.
We do.
It's what? How many teams in the league got 5 or more trophies?
Man, Steelers and the Patriots. Those are the only two, I believe. And
the 49ers and the Cowboys, the only one got 5.
Yeah, you're right.
So, how long it been since the 49ers won the Super Bowl?
It's 27 years. It's 27 years and counting for them. Yo, it's 26 years for us, 27 years for them.
Hey, and what the leader going to the dance when you can't get in the building? Come on now.
Right. You don't.
If you go to the Super Bowl and not win it, that's like going to the darn prom and standing outside, can't even go in.
Yep, or taking your sister. That's like taking your sister to the prom. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah, you know good and well ain't nothing happened. You know. Who you take the prom? I got my sister with me, man. You know, I always take care of my sister.
Okay. But,
oh my goodness.
I'm excited to see what they improved. I'm gonna see if they're gonna improve more. They showed me something, that defense. If that defense gets a little better than it was, man, I see us going deep in the playoffs.
No doubt.
It starts with that defense now. Because eventually that offense gonna score some points. If that defense can hold them, that offense will get right. Because you got to think now, these players get paid just like we do on both sides of the ball. And when you get in the playoffs, you go to facing better defense. So they're going to be like you. They're going to be holding your offense down to it. That guy who's going to last the longest.
No doubt, Mr. Rob. Man, I appreciate you so much for calling in. I thank you, man, for your adulations earlier, man, and I thank you so much for being part of this
Man,
community.
I appreciate you spitting the truth every day, man.
I tried.
Keep up the good work, my brother.
Thank you so much, man. Father of 7, man. Hey, Rob. You know,
22 grandkids.
Ooh, I got 2 of them, man, and I'm sitting there like, man. But you said, ooh. Hey, Rob, you have a good one, man. I already know they're going to treat you like the king you are this weekend, and I appreciate you.
Hey, when you were talking about asking us how many kids we had, just as I was typing in that on the board, one of my sons walked in the door and brought me a big old pack of steak.
Ooh, you finna put that one. What you finna do with it though? You finna he gonna cook it up, grill it up, or he gonna put you to work?
Now I'm taking it, and I'm gonna grill me and my wife. I'm gonna grill her one, and we're gonna have steak and potatoes, man.
Oh my goodness, man! Steak and potatoes. Those hey, you sound like a country guy just like me. And I appreciate you so much, Rob.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Yes, indeed. Good call from him. 22 grandkids, man. 7 sons, 7 boys, right? Don't need nothing fixed in the house. Why don't you grab that ladder yonder and get up on top of that roof and put those Christmas lights up, and chop this tree down and move this trash out. I got a bale of hay that I want you to push down a hill for the horses. Make sure that you make sure it's in the right location. Don't get it too much in the sunlight there. Don't want the horses to get dehydrated. So push it right here. Man, oh my goodness, man. Steak and potatoes sound delicious. This godson, a good son, 5. You know, yeah, he got it going on, man. Yeah, Uncle Elroy. Yeah, he do sound like Uncle Elroy a little bit. All right, 214, man. Look, these phone lines lit. 214, what's good? You live.
Hey, Law Nation, how are you?
I'm doing great. I can't complain.
This is Jametta.
Jametta. Let me save it in here. I don't know why I didn't save the first time. Let me put it in here. Jametta, I appreciate you so much. Saved. I got you saved in there. Put a star beside your name, Jametta. What's going on? Talk to me.
All right. You know what? I just really wanted to touch base on what I said earlier. I was in here earlier, and then I'm at work, so I'm on my lunch break right now. But I wanted to just really speak more in depth on the the coaches needing to learn how to coach through adversity. That's something that I don't think Kellen Moore knows how to do. Yes, we put up numbers, but at the same time, come halftime and in the games that we lost, or even in the games that we won but we struggled to win,
right.
It was very hard for us to get through that. And then you could have talent on the field, and then you could have people that you just don't know. I mean, if you take a look at Bill Belichick, he made stars.
Big facts. Yep.
He turned nobodies into somebodies. So I know that the fan base wants us to go out there and spend a lot of money on this name brand, this person or that. But if we have the coaches, then we can develop the name brand people. We can develop the stars. And I think, a lot of people may not be happy with the moves that we made all season, but I'm happy with them. I'm glad that we have these individuals that are here and that can contribute to us getting better and going forward. I've expressed that, we just need to coach through the adversity, and then obviously we need to go ahead and get more of the playmakers touching the ball and do more of what they are specialized to do. If you cater to the players' needs, we may be able to get further than what we are.
Yeah, all of those are straight up valid points. Being able to utilize your weapons that you have, right? There's talent on this team. And what coach is supposed to do is extract that talent that's somewhere inside of you and put it out there on the field. One can argue from a talent base, the Cowboys were more talented than the 49ers. But the mentality of the 49ers and their craftiness were able to win that game. That's how they won that game. And coaching, that goes a long way, Jametta. And like you said, with Kellen Moore, it's a situation whereas we like the pieces that we did this offseason, but is he able to elevate those pieces?
Right, and then your analogy with the Steve Harvey and the suit, that may have gone over a lot of people's heads, but what you need to understand is you can have one play and you can disguise it 20 different ways. And it's going to look 20 different ways of new to the opposing team. So it's going to make it that much harder for them to understand what is being presented to them. We may have good plays, we may have good trick plays, but, if the team knows that you're going to do it because you have the same personnel on the team, on the field every time that you're running that play, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to know exactly what it is to expect. We became more of the Jason Garrett predictable towards the end of the season. And, for a team that's trying to get away from that, we're not doing a very good job of doing that.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Hey, somebody said, and I think it was Jet says, your voice is literally clearing his headache. And these are the things that people need to hear, the truth, the aspect of understanding that, yes, being in first place is cool or second place is cool as it relates to stats and total yards or what have you or points. But are you able to mix it up enough so that people will not even recognize, hey, man, when he pull out that white shirt, we know what suit jacket he's going to wear next. No, mix it up a little bit. Put the gray slacks on sometimes and put the blue jacket on and mix it around. And just don't fall into that bland mind of saying, I got the jacket, I'm okay, I can walk around with my chest out. No, show those different combinations of pieces. Girl, you put it together, Jametta. I appreciate you for calling in on your lunch break.
And just one more thing that I do want to just touch on before I go, because my time is almost up. I got to log in back from my lunch break, is that, I work in customer service. And I've been in customer service for the past 13 years. I work for a telecommunications company. I won't tell y'all who, because listen, I'm not trying to get
right.
I'm not trying to get those questions. But a lot of times it's how you present the information. It makes a world of difference. And the same thing can be said about when you're talking to these rookies, and when you're talking to the veterans, you need to learn how to present it to where they can understand it. And I really think, even though they're not allowed to be with the coaches, I think the leaders of the team, like Dak Prescott and Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, they really need to step up in these next 5 weeks. Spend some time with your family, chill with them. It's a long season, 17 games and then some, you know what I'm saying? But, really focus on being together, not just team building, but teaching the playbook. And also, we already know who we're going to play. So while you're sitting here learning the playbook, why don't you learn your opponent? Everybody on the field has somebody opposite of them that they need to learn. So why not start now? So that's all I have for you guys.
I appreciate you so much, Jametta. Thank you so much.
All right. You take care.
You
Everybody in the Law Nation, y'all take care. I'm back from my break. Bye-bye.
All right. That's a good call. Beautiful call from her, man. Put y'all hands together for Jametta. She's one of the mods, too, on this channel. So be sure to hit her up and tell her, keep going, do your thing out there, especially dealing with customer services. I recall I worked for customer services for a long time. And we used to have a saying, when the person is over the phone, when they're talking, you are actually in control. And when you're talking, they are in control. So I learned those little pieces, but it still shakes me every time. I feel like I'm back in a call center because I used to work at Comcast. You guys remember me talking about that a couple of weeks ago? And I put that Comcast voice on. Thank you for calling Comcast. My name is Law. How can I help you? Most certainly, and I used to always been able to understand that, yes, customers are always right, but you can always alter their minds, But by them talking, they will fill in the things that they are complaining about. Oh, my internet is slow. It keeps cutting off, right? And I got a solution for that. Oh, man, the phone keeps dropping signal. I got a solution for that. It's Comcast, We got solutions for it all. Are you equipped with the service protection plan? We'll send a technician out. And by the way, since your service has been interrupting, we got HBO, for free, for free for the first 3 months or what have you. So, yeah, I understand. It's smooth to be in customer services, especially in the call center I worked in. She may be in a different capacity. But, man, I'm telling you guys, it built me for this moment right now. I used to work at Comcast. They say, hey, man, your voice is golden. I was upset about something, but I forgot I'm going to hang up and call back. I said, all right, cool. Don't forget to hit me with the ratings of all 5s on the stars, But it is what it is. Shout out to you, Verdi. Appreciate you. And let's go. We got a couple more minutes, baby. We rolling. I thank everybody for jumping in. Let's listen to let me see what we got here. Cowboys. You guys want to hear? Do you guys want to hear the Jerry Jones, Sean Payton rumors? Let's listen to this
piece. I thought laid out a fan personally, but he doesn't have the depth. Like the amount of I really want this audio because again, you can hear Jerry saying it because we hear him twice a week. It sounds like a mob threat.
It does.
Sounds like
and Giants left New York.
Let me see. I'm fast forwarding through it because I think I had it right here. Hold on, guys.
Get anywhere off the ground, right?
No, it was never going to get off the ground. He was never going to allow anybody to.
But dude, I'm telling you, you have Cowboy fans, in my opinion, who are sick of it. Like Bassick. Bassick's a perfect example.
All right, so I don't have enough time to go through this full audio, but what I wanted to talk about, because I got the wrong clip, by the way, but neither here nor there, I wanted to talk about the news and information that came out a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, I meant to say, about Sean Payton to Miami for $100 million, right? So that put the attention back to Dallas because you guys know how this goes. But this is the angle that I want to talk at. as you guys look at the thumbnail on this particular video, bear with me, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate everybody. I'm going to read the super chats in a few. The thumbnail, as you look at the thumbnail, I got Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore smiling, right? And you see the stars in the back. I designed that thumbnail for a reason like that, meaning that if push comes to shove, right? And the worst part of this season happens and Mike McCarthy get the boot. Would you prefer to axe out Kellen Moore, axe out Dan Quinn, and insert Sean Payton, or would you look at this thing and say, one of those two that you're looking right at this picture right now will be the next head coach for the Dallas Cowboys? Let me know in the chat. And basically, I'm only bringing this up for objective reasonings, right? Because regardless of how we look at it, I truly believe that Jerry Jones, the billionaire that he is, right? Stephen Jones, both of those guys, they refuse to say, hey, I'm wrong on things, right? So at some point, one of these guys are hedging their bets on Dan Quinn and or Kellen Moore. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm going with Dan Quinn. I feel you. Now, this is the thing in the situation and scenario. I go all the way back to the 2007. If they would have did this just like that, of going ahead and making Jason Garrett the head coach and keeping Wade as the defensive coordinator, that would have been a better situation. But by them being froggy, and of course, you guys know I would prefer Parcells to be the head coach or what have you, but, you know, too much pressure from the front office of being in the mix of everything. And the dude was getting old, long in the tooth. He said, you know what? I absolutely love my time with the Cowboys. I'm gone. Sayonara, right? But I look at it now, and I would say, hey, instead of muddying the waters, just keep Jason Garrett as your head coach originally, even though he wasn't ready. And keep and you could have pretty much, because I doubted if Wade Phillips would have been like, nah, I don't want to be a DC for the Cowboys. I deserve to be a head coach. I really think that would have been a better outcome, and it wouldn't have muddied the waters. Because after, hear me out, Cowboy Nation, after we let Wade go, the Cowboys defense collectively was the worst in the NFL for a long time until we got Rob Phillips back, right? Until we got Rob Marinelli, I meant to say, until we had Rob Marinelli as the defensive coordinator. And it just only masked and muddied some things out. But that was a long time of us trying to figure things out. So with that same situation and scenario, you got Dan Quinn here. And if that were to happen again, go ahead and do the inverse this time. Let Dan Quinn be the head coach if you're getting rid of Mike McCarthy, if we don't live up to the expectations since his back is against the wall or whatever it may be. And keep Kellen Moore if that's the situation. Because one thing that I can tell you guys, based upon last season, the defense improved, and based upon last season, some parts of the offense was better than the year before and the year before that, marginally. But it is what it is. The media wouldn't know what to say if we had Sean Payton and Dan Quinn. That is a power play to have Dan Quinn and Sean Payton. You know, that is a power play. But I would tell you guys, $100 million, I think the Jones family, even though there's no salary cap as it relates to hiring coaches, and we can talk back and forth about money or what have you, I don't think that they will be willing to spend that much money. I don't think they would. Let's see. Sean Payton mentality will win multiple Super Bowls here. This is from Coach Marv. I appreciate you. It's the mindset. That's basically what he's going at. Lamar, I got shanked by the butter knife. That's funny as all get out. 5 + 4 or 6 + 3. Different ways to get the same answer. That's what Kellen Moore needs. Shout out to you for that donation. Yeah, different ways to get the same answer and throwing it at you in a unique type of situation or scenario. I like that. Coach Marv, thank you for the donation. He says, Law, this is fact. Book it. If our offense win time of possession this year, our defense will be top 3 in the NFL and dominate. TOP, y'all know how that goes right there with me. I do like the aspect of time of possession. If you look, I'm awake says you can't have it both ways, Law. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to have it both ways if possible. I'm sorry, Law. We want Kellen Moore gone, period. He's a soft, no swagger to him. I get it. I get it. And let me ask you this. Let me raise you, good son. 5. How many years were we banging on the table? Outside of my guy, Jay Form, I really appreciate him. But how many years we were banging on the table for Jason Garrett to just go? Just please anybody, somebody. I've literally, you guys can type in on the video, and I was saying literally like somebody, anybody. Please take over as a head coach. Sometimes when you're asking the man above for things, be sure to be specific sometimes, be certain of what you looking for and asking for, because just the thing you're asking for, you can pretty much get it. I should have said specifically, I want this as my head coach, because I said somebody, anybody, and they gave us Mike McCarthy, right? And I'm not dogging Mike McCarthy, because these are the things why I'm not dogging Mike McCarthy. For the second straight year, this is a good segue, by the way. For the second straight year, Mike McCarthy was fined by the NFL for having practices that were deemed too physical. And in my video that I posted yesterday, what is the qualification of being too physical? Who determines or who deemed that to be too physical? That's a judgment call, right? There's a lot of speculations in that. That's subjective. Who determines what is too physical? And that's according to Jerry Jones, by the way. After being fined $50,000 last year, right? Mike McCarthy was docked $100,000. It didn't say that Jerry Jones was docked. And I don't think that Jerry Jones is allowed to pay this man's fine. So, the Cowboys have lost an organized team activity for the 2023 season. Now, we gave Mike McCarthy a lot of grief yesterday for calling it quits for these mini camps. It could be Jerry Jones mad at the world, mad at the NFL that they're handling, and said, you know what, y'all ain't finna make another dime off of me, because you do know that the NFL Network and all of those other programs use some of the Cowboys footages, use some of the Cowboys clips. They talk about the news and information, and they would have circulated this all through of Jalen Tolbert catching the touchdown pass in practice. Oh, my goodness, Malik Hooker with a pick 6. They would have had that on replay. But Jerry said, you know what? I got y'all. We're going to see y'all in 5 weeks. Y'all be good out there on the streets. Purr sounds. Let's go. Appreciate you. Yeah, so who's snitching? Yeah, Paul, who's snitching? How can you determine what is too physical? And for the fans that's watching right now, there should also be fines if they're being too soft. If that's the case in the scenario, there should be multiple teams getting fined for not having practices and being too soft. Why? Why, Law? Because what's good for the goose is good for the ganderer. We can literally say from a fan's dollar perspective or from a fan's dollar, we pay for majority of these guys to be out there basically from our hard-earned ticket and our viewerships. So if you're reporting that they are too physical, you should report too, hey, man, this team took it too light. We spending thousands of dollars to go to these games. And they're being too soft. They're being too soft, right? But I really want to know, like, who determines that? Like, somebody need to let us know. Like, hey, man, they being a little too physical. I seen the guy elbow go in a little too hard. Let me know how this thing works. And there should be reports of all of the other 31 teams of their physicality meter, right? Pro Bowl soft, yeah, two-hand touch only. That was a two-hand and a knee. Flag, baby. Who are they, right? Right, who are they? That's how it goes. Hey, where all my Celtic fans at, man? Where are my Celtic fans at? Where y'all guys at, Let me know where y'all at.
This season, which Cowboy in your mind has the most to gain this upcoming year for your Cowboys?
All right, so that's my guy, Kelvin Gray. Which Cowboy fan, I said fan, which Cowboy player has much to gain this upcoming season? Aladdin says the Warriors are champions. This ain't flag football. Starboard Entertainment, appreciate you, fam. The chip is in Cali, baby. I feel you, Paul. Steph wasn't about to lose. Yeah, I feel you. Who reported it? The fight between the Vanilla, Gorilla, and Ball. So, Brian Bradford, are you speculating that was $100,000 worthy of a fine because two guys got hot in practice? I guess if you can really look at it and say, okay, show me the tape upon which made them get so hot and angry. All right, so one for each finger says Tyler, Zeke, Kellen Moore, and Steele. Those are the guys that got a lot to gain this offseason.
Cowboy player has the most to gain.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great question.
My guy says Law Nation Jaguars are going to rule the AFC South. Go at it. I love Laviska Shenault. Shout out to him. You guys also got Trevor Law. Appreciate him. I like his skill set. So go Jags. I can't wait to see you guys this season or at least until they play us or what have you. But shout out to them.
I think I'm going to say CeeDee Lamb.
Pause.
Okay, I like that answer.
First round pick, third year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's eligible for that extension, right?
Yep, at the end of this year. That's right.
I think it's CeeDee Lamb.
Okay. And
who do you think?
He's got a lot to prove, does CeeDee Lamb. That's a tough one for me. I'm gonna go with Trayvon Diggs in this case because this is another guy that has a chance to get a new contract at the end of this year. He's eligible as well.
All right, so basically I'm gonna post that link there so you guys can listen to the full audio. We're just gonna piggy right off of that conversational point right here. Who has the most to gain this offseason or this season in general? The most to gain. You can talk about from a money aspect, think about this, guys that's on their final years of their contract. You got Anthony Brown, who's on the final year of his contract. You got LVE, who's playing for money at this point because he's on a prove-it deal right now. And then you got guys that's playing for futures contract, Trayvon Diggs, as well as CeeDee Lamb future contracts because they can extend them at the end of the year. One can argue that even Ezekiel Elliott, that he got a lot to gain this year, coming off of the situation that he had a PCL tear. Everybody speaking glowingly of Tony Pollard. But let's break this down for right here and Tony Pollard playing for a contract. Lo and behold, I think that Tony Pollard, there is a possibility that he himself can get 1,000 yards because he was, shy of about 200 and maybe 80 yards or what have you last season, and he didn't play every game. So this is a situation that the Cowboys got a lot of guys that's looking at this opportunity and saying, all right, cool. Let's lace them up, line them up. And on top of that, can we improve? Is James Washington on a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal? I forgot just that quickly. Dante Fowler. You see how and I think Dante Fowler's on a 1-year situation. So he's looking at it, y'all talking glowingly of Sam Williams. Okay, that's cool. Basham, okay, that's cool. Dorrance Armstrong. Hey, I can literally show my tail and I can get that bag too. So there's a lot of people that got a lot of things to gain. A lot of people, Cowboy Nation. There's a lot of people. Shout out to you. Costa says it's Tony Pollard, hands down, basically. I look at it like the most to gain. The most, the absolute most. Let me see if this. It got to be CeeDee Lamb. He would have the most from a remuneration aspect. Those boys, those wide receivers are getting paid anywhere from $24 to $25 to $26 million. That's a lot of coins. And you notice I didn't even talk about Dalton Schultz in this equation. His 10.9, he should be really, I can't tell a man how he should feel about his money, but I know $10.9 million is a lot of money for me, right? Just give me the 9, I'll be happy for a couple of years, right? Somebody say, man, shoot, give him the 9, that's $900,000. Law should be happy for the rest of his life, right? But when you think about it, the most to gain will be CeeDee Lamb, far as from a remuneration aspect, because those boys finna get paid $25 to $26 million. And if you go down to my guy, Trayvon Diggs, if you go to Spot Rack or Spoke Track, however you want to call it, they got him leveled as his market value already at $22 million. That's a lot of coins, baby. And when you think of Schultz right now, the market for tight ends are anywhere from 14 to 15 million. But if you want to reset the market, it's from 15 to 16 million. There's no tight end in the National Football League now is getting 16 APY. So he's trying to climb to the top of that ladder, and that's just how that goes. Now, as far as Tony Pollard, they got his value right at $3.5 million based off of his productions. But we all know that he can get more of that if he just goes crazy this year. And I'm quite sure that he will, Cowboy Nation. It's going to be amazing, man, Cowboy Nation. It will. It's going to be an amazing season regardless of everything. I got to run this show short right now. I got to go. But I really appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and being part of this episode. Post me in the comment box. Who do you guys feel got the most to gain? And when this video is over with, and then we'll read over it. For the fathers out there, once again, happy Father's Day to you guys. And let's continue to help grow the nation. Fathers out there, do your job. Be the best person. Be the best version of yourself. It's amazing. I dropped my daughters off to school this morning, They had all type of trinkets lined out for me, and they were saying that, man, you are one of the few guys that drop your daughters off, man, in the morning time and be there for them. And we see what you're doing, right? And that goes a long way. But by them saying that, it kind of hurt because I want other fellows just like me to be fathers of their children, right? And do those small things so they can be visible. Even though you the one that's grinding and working, spend quality time with your loved ones. That's all I'm trying to say, basically. That shouldn't be an uncommon situation. That should be the common situation, not the uncommon, right? So happy Father's Day to all, man. And no bashing, though. Don't bash the fathers out there. If he's not a good one, if he ain't a good father, then some things are best unsaid, right? Cowboy Nation. Take the E off of Tyron. Appreciate you. Thaddeus, appreciate you. Asmodeus, appreciate everybody, man. Thank for all of the mods, man. Thank those who donated. I appreciate everybody for being part of this episode. Cowboy Nation, be sure to tell a friend or a neighbor where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Kellen Moore, second offensive coordinator, second place. Well, we shooting for first place. That's what I'm looking for. Shout out to you, Ivory. J.A. Worthy, I got you, fam. Appreciate you. Happy Father's Day to you. Illmatic. Appreciate you, man. Thank those who called in, too. The time is of the essence is right now. Don't alter your hearts, Cowboy Nation. I get it. People are still throwing things in your face, but favorable situations are around the corner. When I look back at this piece right here, this tells me one thing for sure, that Mike McCarthy at least got the mindsets to say, hey, we're going to get physical. I'll take the fine on the chin. Jerry, you got me? I hope that Jerry said, yeah, get your attitude together. I got you. Let's load this thing up. Let's get the grind set together. The mind, the battle is here. I think that what's happening now is that they said to all of them, since we can't shake the media, and since we can't shake the pundits and critics, we would go off the grid. We'll practice. We'll grind together when no one is watching. They said that's what integrity is all about. Doing things when no one is watching. Let's get locked and loaded. Let's gravitate to those types of things. Write this down. There's one thing a man should always do. Mainly to himself, be true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone. Because raised voices turn those fickle hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother, I will ride with brother. The morals of life, live love, and respect for another. And then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take a decent man and try to alter his heart until they seek to rip him apart. Those man, no man, should call a friend because they bend lies around the truth till they meet their end. Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, let that marinate in your heart. Let it spit out for your tongue the next time you speak in a natural flow. Let's continue, Cowboy Nation. The grind is necessary. The moment is here, baby. Hey, it is. We tell everybody, bring it. We right here, and we ain't going anywhere.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
And for those who are out there who don't understand that, understand this right here.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud, too.
Let's go. We coming, baby. The Legion of Doom, I see you, Jay Lombardi. This fight right here, if you got clean hands, get out of the building. I want to see those hands dirty. Right? I want to see the calluses on those hands, those palms. I want to see some sweat equity in this game. The meaning is right here. What you plan now and what you build today will set you up for your future. A lot of people will not understand that, Cowboy Nation. But let me play this clip once again for my people out there that's rolling and rocking with me. Let's play this clip once again. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation.
Every man has to own a black suit. After you get a black suit, there's 5 suits you need to get. Black, navy, gray, brown, tan. You get those 5 suits.
Yeah.
You get yourself 2 white shirts. Get yourself 2 cream color shirts and 2 powder blue shirts. You can make 75 suits with those combinations, because every last one of those pants go with every last one of those jackets. Every last one of the jackets goes with every last one of the pants. You cannot mess up. The beige pants will go with the gray jacket. The gray jacket goes with the brown pants. The black pants go with everything.
Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate y'all, man. Understand that, and you will unlock the true meanings of everything else. DC for life, Cowboy Nation. You got to have the combination to regulate. Peace. One love.
Nowadays, nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the domain just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a
veteran.
New deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a wait till I. Old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough.
Shout
Wanna
out
get
to
you
the
new
new
things in your
members.
pockets though. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was
Check out my
Boy, get
website,
out the way, it's been a
Law
day, now you're a
Nation
lose. Now
Sports.
you got the pen and pad, you're trying to
Cowboy Nation. Check out the website, man. As it developed, I really appreciate those. This is still at the early stage of the website. Thank those who participated in going all the way down to the bottom of this website and leaving me your thoughts and connecting with the nation. Your name will be entered into the drawings, and we'll give away this hat over here. And I may just do the giveaway tomorrow. I'll try to do it today, but I got all bogged down in some time. But we'll do the donation, well, the giveaway tomorrow. For this month as well, for the members, I'm trying to give back to the members for those who joined the membership squad. I really appreciate you guys. We're going to have some special surprises for you guys as well. Cowboy Nation, let's continue to grind for your mind. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC for life. Let's listen to some slow music, man. Let's slow it down. Y'all already know from my guys over here. Come on. The revelations of your mind, heart, soul, and sinew all together. Let's go. Uh-oh. But before we do that, I just got to let this off because we had a few people in here talking some craziness. We do have some breaking news. As reported out of Eagles camp.
We answered, I talked stuff, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's the better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight victory?
Let's go, birds fly, Eagles fly, still Super Bowl champion.
Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, man. Hey, whenever we play the Eagles, well, they're going to be coming after me, baby. They're going to be waiting for it. They're going to be watching this channel more than Cowboy fans. That would never get old, man. I think I can just play that back to back. One episode, I'm just going to have that on repeat for the full hour, just having that just... Monty, don't forget to tell your dad Dak Prescott happy Father's Day, by the way. This weekend. It's a blessing when you reach out and honor thy parents, right? Thy mother and thy father. You better make sure you do those things. Let's go.
Take a drag of my cigarette.
Come on, baby.
Breathe me out, breathe you in.
Sing it again, baby.
Burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And
for you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Come on.
You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too?
Come on.
Fighting you was one. 7 wonders all in one.
We're gonna have a bit, but settle down a little bit. I don't have the patience to
Don't
chat
let
with
the
you.
street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Player too.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
That's where the guts went. Just dropped them.
That drop never get old as well, Cowboy Nation.